It's a star bomb.
It's not.
It's so.
It's not.
A star bomb.
No one likes star bombs.
Everyone likes star bombs, and she has her own Instagram. Hello everyone, my name of course is Artemage, and welcome to day 2 of VEDA, where I am recording very late, hence it is west window being so dark, and it's mostly because I've not had topics today and took a nap for most of the day. Yay, Good Friday!
Would you like a light?
I think that will throw off the balance.
Well, let's do it anyway.
Now there is an overhead light which is up that way, so probably makes me look a little weird. So earlier today I started a new playthrough of a game I was excited for when it came out but haven't finished still, Dragon Age Origins. So obviously it's been a while. That game's over a decade old now. So I was starting the game over with the Human Noble Origin because I haven't done that one yet, so I figured may as well see how this one starts out. And encountered an interaction I hadn't experienced before, where you speak with your brother and his family, his wife and son. And your brother promises his nephew that he can see the sword up close very soon. And I'm like, wow! Tasteful in your foreshadowing there, game! Because anyone who knows fantasy games or fantasy events in general knows that hero characters tend to have terminally ill family members, in that they are existing and can't be doing that. Have to deal with these connections to their past. In essence, I was able to quickly identify a trope that the game was using to push some motivations forward and provide some background to the character. And a lot of people have issues in general with tropes. Tropes are often used in media, be it movies, video games, novels, TV shows, as a shorthand to set you up for expectations and set a sort of groundwork. So in essence, tropes do very much have a use, but I would say they only really become a problem when the media source uses tropes in its entirety. This is just a jumping off point that I want to use for a conversation that I've experienced a few times online talking about various video games and a lot of other games in general, and that is the relevance of genre. So many games these days have crossover mechanics, be it Zelda taking on open world aspects like in Skyrim or the Ubisoft games in Breath of the Wild, be it Dark Souls progression system, be it whatever. People have suggested that them having an associated genre just doesn't make sense anymore when it has these touches from other games. Not all the touches change the game that greatly. Going back to Breath of the Wild, we're seeing more of a return to the original Legend of Zelda, where it was just, here's the world, go! The original Legend of Zelda had no tutorial. The most that you had to guide you was the screen you started on had a cave where you were encouraged to go into just by it being something different, leading you to obtain your first sword. Dark Souls progression mechanics do not make it an RPG, it just makes it something with progression mechanics to show that you are improving in ability as well as your own player skill. These games still remain action-adventure games. They don't become open-world RPGs, they don't become action RPGs. They maintain the core of what they are. We often see this shorthand in something as simple as the titles as well. If I tell you that I have a new Super Mario Brothers or Land game or World game, you know it's likely to be some kind of platformer. If I tell you that I have a new Final Fantasy game, you are aware that's going to be a JRPG. Whereas if I tell you I have Mario Party, you know that platforming is not the primary mechanic. So if you have any thoughts on the relevance of genre or tropes as a shorthand, let's get into a discussion about it down below. And remember to check out the secret song of the day since I brought those back. So from Shadow and I, take care of yourselves and each other, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Good boy. Love you. Look, look. It's your own sleeping bags.